Hello, I'm at the back of the house, and what I'm going to talk about today is potato plants. So what you see behind me here in the veggie patch here is Sebago potatoes, which I planted about a month ago, and they're growing quite well, as you can see. But let's take a closer look. This patch that I have, it's about 1.2 meters by 1.2 meters, and I could fit about 10 potato plants in here. As you can see, they are growing at various rates. You can see one which is a lot bigger here, and then right next to it you get one which is just emerging. So I put these in about a month ago, as I said, and we had a couple of weeks of rain, but right after that the plants just started emerging. They are I've never planted this before. They're Sebago potatoes, so it'd be interesting to see whether they fit well into this particular climate of ours in Sydney. Yeah, we'll check back again in say perhaps 3 months time when we're supposed to be harvesting this. So it's been about 5 weeks now since the potatoes emerge from the ground, and as you can see, they've actually grown quite a bit behind me. So they've actually now gone over about still 40 or 50 cm tall, and some of them have actually started to produce flower buds. This is a good sign. Usually with potatoes, when you start seeing some of the flower buds, it means that below ground the tubers have started to form. So let's see whether that is true or not. So you can see how much the potatoes have grown, and you can't see any ground anymore of this patch. And I'm just going to show some flower buds that are actually forming in the plants at the moment. Let me just show you what's actually happening here. There you can see that this is these are the flower buds that are starting to form. So what we're going to do next is to actually look at whether the tubers are forming underground. So we're now going down into the ground level, and we can see that this is where the branch is. And we can see that there's actually something like a growth over here, and this is usually where the tubers will start to form at the end of it. But you can also see that if I scratch away here, that we can already see some potatoes. So there you go, that's the potato, that's the tuber there. And if we scratch away some more, there may be others that are starting to form underneath, but we won't scratch too much because we don't actually want to disturb the ground, and we want them to continue growing. So with this here, this means that what we can do for to encourage the potato plant to grow some more is to actually hill up this plant itself. So what we're going to do is add more soil and cover up this area, and just continuing to build up the height in the soil, so that more of little roots like that where the tubers would grow off, and it will increase the yield. So that's what we have to do. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll check again in about 4 weeks, and there should be more potatoes coming out of this plant. Another 4 weeks or so has passed, and we can see that the leaves at the lower branches of the potato have started to wilt and shrivel up, go yellow. So it's only a matter of time before the whole plant starts to die off, and then we can harvest all of these potatoes. But it doesn't mean that we can't harvest some potatoes now. There will be some new potatoes. They are the ones that we can harvest, but it won't actually keep. So if we really need to, we can harvest some to eat, but as I said, they are not for keeping. If you really want the potatoes to keep, what you need to do is to wait until all of these leaves have gone yellow, the plant have died, and then you can harvest them. What I'm going to do now is show you some of the new potatoes. It's really just a case of pushing away all of the mulch and all of the soil. What I had done over the season was to keep building up the soil as the plant grew taller, so pretty much mounding it up. Now we can already see there's one potato down here. So what I'm going to do is just see whether I can pull it. That's a really good size. So there should be many more if I kept digging around where the base of the plant is. So with this potato, I can now just bake it or roast it or mash it. It'll be fantastic. This is Sebago, so it's suitable for all of those things that I talked about. Behind me is my potato patch, which I have been growing for about 3 months or so. And finally, the plants have died down, which means that we can now go and dig up some spuds and see what are the sizes. Obviously, over the course of the last month or so, I have also dug up some new potatoes to be eaten fresh. But these ones here that I'm digging up today, they should be able to keep for longer, because when the plants have fully died down and the tubers have had some time to cure in the ground, they usually can keep for a few months if you keep them in a cool place and also away from sunlight. So let's have a look. So I've just harvested a little bit over 3 kilos of the potatoes. I haven't harvested everything yet because there are still some plants that are dying back, like the one here. So in a couple of weeks I'll come back and try to harvest some more. This is not a bad harvest at all. Now over the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks, I've harvested at least another 2 kilos of new potatoes, because whenever I wanted some potatoes right then and there, I'll just come out to the patch and just dig around the plants for some new tubers. My verdict is that this is a fantastic variety to grow in a warm temperate area. So if you're thinking of a potato to grow and you are in a very similar climate to mine, which is warm temperate, then this is definitely a go. If you like my video, then there are others on my channel. Click on subscribe to be notified of new videos that I upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.